Live on 2K Sports, this is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Los Angeles Clippers can deliver the goods here at home. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans. They've got a nice head start on this season series, up 2 games to none.
Tell you what, the fans certainly got their money's worth in that game. It was a battle, and a really gritty win for that club, Clark.
Tell you what, Steve, they saved their best for last that day. A lot of toughness on display in that overtime.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for New Orleans right now, Gordon is the 2 with Evans playing small forward. Ryan Anderson out there with Boomer, and it's Rivers in at the point guard. Now here's Crawford. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. And here are the Pelicans. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
And so the New Orleans Pelicans get the first points of the ballgame. Clock is at 3. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Patton.
Well, you know, Chris Paul has such an intelligence for the game. High IQ, and he's extremely competitive. He looks for every advantage he can get, whether it's 2-for-1s or looking to sell a call to the officials. He always appears to be driven to find that edge.
Here's Paul. After Tyreke Evans has scored, Davis setting the pick for Paul. Rejected by Patton. Evans goes in. Anderson outside. Anderson gets the screen from Patton. Inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Yeah, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
Here's Paul, following the score by New Orleans. Shoots off the screen. Barnes kicks to Paul. Paul left side. Right side Davis. Puts it up from 12. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
The Pelicans have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's Rivers. It's another look. Rejected by Jordan. Crawford outside. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Crawford's got his first 2 points. Evans off the pick from Patton. Evans passes to Patton. He feeds it to Anderson, and he gets the bucket.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
You could call it an irate finish.
Here is Boomer. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Boomer's got his second bucket. Davis with a screen on Rivers. Davis has the open look. Again, Los Angeles. Here's Rivers. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Rivers off a pick from Pat. Rivers kicks to Anderson. Can't connect from short range. The Clippers trail. Crawford dishes to Paul. Shot from 12. Again, Los Angeles.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it.
Anderson's shot is off.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Well, you often think of the Clippers as being an updated version of Showtime. They know how to grind out and get a win, too.
Yeah, I thought they were a little better defensively. They have guys that will certainly give you highlight reel material, but they're smart in how they attack teams and how they finish games, too.
Evans passes to Patton. a jam. And that's how you exploit a gap in the D, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
Wow. He knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Turkoglu's checked in for Davis. Douglas Roberts comes in. Jay Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Farmar in for Paul. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Omer Asher, he's checked in for Anderson. Miller comes in for Tyreek Evans. John Salmons, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Drew Holiday in for Rivers. Now, here's Redick. He picked up 15 points in their last one against Washington.
He got some huge points from the foul line, too, Kevin. He was very aggressive, generating contact and drawing fouls. And with the Clippers, I think a big part of how they can grind out a win if need be is that they know how to get to the free throw line. You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Here's Farmar. 11 points for him in that last game against Washington.
Did a great job picking the defense apart, too. It wasn't just his scoring. Give him credit for his passing in that game, too.
Boy, nice tip in to salvage the points from the missed shot. And made it work.
Yeah, and those second chance points, Clark, they do add up.
Yes, sir.
They sure do. That's why boxing out is so important. Defensively, you can't just let a guy get to the rim and not put a body on him.
Well, one way or another, the Clippers, as you said, they'll find ways to score points, even if it means selling a call or two. But do what you need to do to get wins, and most players are open to that.
And Holiday kicks to Miller. The dish to Salmons. They set the pick. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Redick inside the line, but he gets it back. Two in. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation. Barnes, he's checked in for Turkoglu. Crawford comes in for Chris Douglas Roberts. And Paul subbed in for Jordan Farmar. CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the back. DeAndre Jordan is out there at Barnes. And it's Redick in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
And maybe that'll give this team a little bit of their edge back.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. Boomer in their last matchup against the Warriors just played phenomenally. He finished with 42 points and was his usual self on the glass, grabbing just about any missed shot that came off the rim. It was a performance for the ages and one that will have the whole league talking.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance, Clark. He was at his absolute best in this game.
Yeah, and the only thing about having a game like that, Kevin, is that it's almost impossible to duplicate it here tonight.
Well, nobody's expecting that, Clark, and they don't need him to do that. If he's even half as good as he was that night, it should be enough.
Paul with the ball. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Washington. A try by Jordan. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Jordan's got 12 points in the game.
Matt Barnes, really a good glue guy. He rebounds, defends. He's gotten better with his outside shot, and he can really run the lane. And he's always had a toughness and a fearlessness that I think a lot of coaches love.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
The drive by Paul. Jordan dishes to Paul. Redick for 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists in the game.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Evans kicks to Rivers. Rivers off a pick from Pat. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
The drive by Paul. Kicks it to Crawford. Feeds it to Barnes from 10 feet out, and that one goes long.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Here's Patton. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Paul with the 3, and that's not going to go. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Pelicans lead by 4.
Yes, Kevin, here with Doc Rivers, and
all right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first. If we
It's looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Talk about some great numbers for Jordan. 12 points and a block. This is something special. I mean, he hasn't missed a single shot.
It's hard to find words to describe it.
So for New Orleans right now, Evans and Anderson, the forwards. Manning the backcourt, it's Rivers and Gordon. And it's Patton in at the center, walking down the middle. Evans off the pick from Patton. Evans goes in, and stolen by Jordan. Crawford outside from 11 feet away. It's rebounded by Patton. Boomer's got 6 rebounds in the game.
It took some time, and fans might have been unsure for a while, but clearly the Pelicans have a direction for this team now, and I think they're a franchise on the rise.
Rivers can't get it to go.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Rivers against Paul. Left side Davis, stolen by Evans. Passes it to Gordon. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. There's the bucket, good. Gordon's got his second basket of the game.
And with the Pelicans getting a franchise big like they did with Davis always helps, but they're also active in acquiring talent to grow around him.
Crawford kicks to Paul. Back to Crawford. Shot clock at 6. From 12 feet out. That's good. Crawford's got 6. For the Pelicans, getting young talent is one thing, and they want to make sure, Clark, that they got the right talent to fit alongside their star.
Kevin, I really think sometimes the cohesiveness and the fitting of the parts is overlooked and undervalued. And Pelicans are trying to make that a real priority. Not only do we want talent, but we want it to fit together nicely. And you got to give them kudos for that.
That's a good point. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
well, interestingly, guys, Blake Griffin is not one to retaliate for the hard fouls he takes, and some have taken that for a sign of weakness. Coach Doc Rivers said, "That's soft label. I don't get it. Guys come in and get their tails kicked. He's more physical than they thought, and they take it personal. What they don't realize is he's not that guy. He's not what they think he is." Kevin?
He doesn't back down, Doris, but he keeps his composure. Thank you. And the action on hold, as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad place.
Yeah, Clark, that did not look good. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's nothing too serious.
Boy, you can't help but feel for him. I mean, one moment you're doing what you do best, and the next, the situation's really out of your hands. I really hope he's okay.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Omer Asher, he's checked in for Anderson. Salmons comes in for Eric Gordon. And it's Holiday in for Rivers. The kick out to Holiday. And the pass to Salmons. Right side Holiday. Fires from the corner. Here's Patton. Knocks down the 10-footer. Boomer's got 12 in the game.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been they've dominated the glass. It's that simple.
Farmar passes to Jordan. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, I tell you what, it was the good pick that was set that turned him loose.
And once he got around it, Steve, it was smooth sailing right to the hole.
Well, because of the pick, he had plenty of room. That's why he was able to power down that slam.
Oshik with the bucket.
Just another outstanding play down low. These teams couldn't be farther apart in their effectiveness in the paint today.
Yeah, that's right. It's been all good at one end, and we'll try to be diplomatic here and just say not so good at the other.
Offensive rebound. Jordan inside, defended by Patton. And Douglas Roberts kicks to Farmar. Dishes it to Douglas Roberts. Pass to Jordan. Got it. Good job in the low post. Jordan's got 16 points.
How huge has he been, giving his team the lift?
Without his work offensively, shooting at great efficiency, I don't think they'd have a chance without him.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And New Orleans also making a change. Miller's checked in. Baseline jumper. No good.
Well, Jordan Farmar spent a season playing in Turkey on a lucrative contract, but missed the NBA. And he came back to his hometown of L.A. last season playing with his old team, the Lakers. Now settled in with their crosstown rivals, the Clippers.
They set the pick. Turkoglu dishes to Farmar. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Well, this last season was the Clippers' 30th in Los Angeles, and for a team that's long played in the Lakers' shadow, for the second season in a row, the Clippers were the best team in L.A.
And for the Clippers, in their 30 years in L.A., folks, only 6 times have they finished the regular season with a better winning percentage than the Lakers. Man, it's been domination by the Lakers out there in L.A. land. So Clipper fans are hoping that this is a sign of things to come going forward for their team, the Clippers.
Holiday, the pass to Patton. He dishes it to Usher. And it's going to be a 3-second call. New Orleans made it.
That's it. And you know this man.
It's Miller.
Let's see what you got, son.
Oh, I got.
Throws it from deep. Can't get it to go.
This Friday, March 27th.
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Oh, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the outside.
Pelicans leading by 7. CP3 at point with Redick there at the backcourt. Hedo Turkoglu out there with Barnes. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
Gordon against Crawford. 6 to shoot. Here's Evans off the left rim and out. And Los Angeles guys shooting at 51%. Really solid. Paul kicks to Crawford. Paul dishes to Crawford. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Here's Patton, and the shot is good. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Pass to Crawford. Jordan sets the pick for Crawford. Over in the corner, Barnes. The feed to Jordan. And he drops it in from the low post. Jordan's got 20 points. New Orleans leading by 5. Rivers off a pick from Pat. Rivers passes to Anderson. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Paul outside. Here's the screen. Jordan dishes to Paul. 14 feet away, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
I mean, that's just too weak on the coverage. Heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you the game.
Rivers passes to Pat. Tries from the block. Another one falls for New Orleans.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
The dish to Crawford. Jordan with the screen on Gordon. Crawford kicks to Turkoglu. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And the Clippers making a change here. Udo's checked in. That's tipped. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Paul with the block. He kicks it to Barnes. Paul with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Maybe that'll ignite. Not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench there.
Yeah, they're geek.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
And the Clippers making a change here. Redick is checked in. Evans passes to Pat. Down low. A nice shot by Anderson. Anderson's got 4 points this quarter.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Crawford sets the pick here for Paul. Jordan with a screen on Rivers. Charity stripe shot. Here's Redick. Evans with some nice D.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that.
He feeds it to Anderson. Off the pick. They get the rebound. Patton. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. Loomer's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
And Anderson slams it in.
Well, don't get too used to that, fellas. I mean, that kind of dunk is not usually part of what he does.
Well, unless the D plays as soft on him as they did right there.
Yeah, exactly. With defense like that, anything is possible.
Crawford dishes to Paul. Out to the right wing. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from 11. Pelicans pull it in. Boomer's got 11 rebounds in the game.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for New Orleans?
Well, they're taking high percentage shots in the paint. I like the way their offense is clicking.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
Gordon kicks to Evans. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Paul against Rivers. Rivers off a pick from Pat. From 12 feet out. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Paul goes in. Back to Jordan. Solid defense right there from Patton.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those and this lead will be double digits.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Look at the game for Reddick. He's got 8 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
Jordan Farmoff, he's checked in for the Clippers. Both shots good from the stripe. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Patton, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Udo's checked in for the offense. And Chris Douglas-Roberts subbed in for Barnes. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Anderson. Darius Miller comes in for Tyreek Evans. John Selmans, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Holiday in for Austin Rivers. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Selmans, covered by Reddick. Selmans passes to Holiday. Kicks to Miller. Feeds to Selmans. 4 on the clock. Top of the key. Hedo Turkoglu with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have made.
And Douglas-Roberts kicks to Reddick. No good from outside. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Tyreek, what was the focus on strategy for this team coming into tonight's game?